What if I told you one of the biggest corruption scandals in American history wasn't hidden in the shadows, but operated in broad daylight with the government watching? And when it was finally exposed, it reached all the way to the president's inner circle. This is the story of the whiskey ring, a conspiracy so vast it quietly stole millions while a nation tried to rebuild after war. It all started on a Wednesday in 1875 when Benjamin H. Bristow walked into the Treasury Department carrying a folder he had kept hidden for months. Inside it was the beginning of the end. The Civil War was over, but America was still recovering, and one thing kept the government running: whiskey. Taxes on distilled spirits had become a major source of revenue, but behind the bars, distilleries, and growing cities, something was very wrong. Bristow had been noticing patterns: missing receipts, fake tax records, federal officials living far beyond their means. At first, it looked like small corruption, but it wasn't. It was a network. Distillers, distributors, and federal agents all working together to cheat the government and split the profits. Cities like St. Louis, Cincinnati, and Chicago became the heart of the operation. Deals were made in daylight, ledgers were shared openly, and millions of dollars simply vanished. But Bristow wasn't going to ignore it. He chose two weapons: secrecy and precision. He planted undercover agents, tracked transactions, and quietly built cases until everything was ready. Then, in May 1875, it all exploded. Federal agents stormed offices, distilleries were shut down, records were seized. For the first time, the whiskey ring wasn't a rumor anymore, it was evidence. Trials followed. Powerful men were dragged into court. Witnesses spoke out. Secrets were exposed. Dozens were convicted. The system was finally being challenged. But then, the story took a dangerous turn. Whispers began to spread. The corruption might go higher, all the way to Ulysses S. Grant's inner circle. At the center of it was Orville E. Babcock, the president's most trusted aide. The evidence was unclear: coded messages, conflicting testimony. But one thing was certain: Grant stood by his man. In a trial that gripped the nation, Babcock was acquitted. But the damage was already done. The scandal divided politics, destroyed reputations, and exposed just how deep corruption had spread. Even victory came at a cost. The whiskey ring wasn't just about stolen money. It was about something far more dangerous. What happens when the people meant to protect a system become the ones exploiting it? If you enjoy stories like this, real history, real power, and the secrets they tried to hide, make sure you hit subscribe, because the next story might be even more unbelievable.